Hi, my name is Matt, and in this tutorial I want to talk about online donations. So it's very easy with your ClickBid license to receive online donations and text-to-give donations. In fact, for the entire length of your term, you have the ability to receive text message donations and online donations. And the way that works is that you would have a donor send a text message to phone number 56651, and the message is your keyword. So on your home screen here, under Home, you can see that my keyword is MB Demo. So I would send the message MB Demo to phone number 56651. And it's very, very simple. That's it. It responds with the ability for you to choose a dollar amount and then a link to make a payment. And that's all there is to it. So what I want to do is simulate that message in my computer. So I'm going to compose a message to 56651, and then I'm going to send the message MB Demo. And then it's going to respond with the ability for me to give a dollar amount. So I'm going to say $10. And then it's going to respond with a link for me to complete that donation. I press the link, takes me to the donation page, and then I can complete that donation with my name, email address, any comments that I want, and then I can also pay with a credit card. And that's all there is to it. It's very, very simple. When you've completed that donation, the organization will be able to see it inside of the Donations Text to Give tab. The other option is to send an email to your constituents. I usually recommend putting this in your footer of your email address or on your website, so on, that you can give people a link to give on their phones or on their computers. If I go to Settings, I can take this Give Online link, https:/d/mbdemo. So I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to go to a blank page and paste. And it's going to let me make a donation. I can choose a dollar amount, and it will let me complete my donation. So there's two ways to give donations using ClickBid. One of them is to send text to give. The other one is to go directly to your donation link. And again, you can find that donation link inside of your admin under the Donation Text to Give tab and Settings. You'll be able to see that right here. Now, next, what I want to talk about is how to manage those donations. Under the same tab, Donations Text to Give, Manage Donations, you can see that I have a bunch of donations that have come in, some from last year, some that haven't completed, and so on. I have 25 entries, and I can go ahead and click Next to see all of those that have come in. I can see one here was completed. And the ones that are not completed are typically your text-to-give donations. You can go ahead and resend a welcome text to those folks to make a payment. If I were to resend it, it would send a message saying, please don't forget to complete your donation, tap this link, and it would be a link to let them make a payment from their phone. You can also download these donations to a spreadsheet file that you can then run reports, import into other software programs, and so on. Lastly, when it comes to using your text to give during an event. So let's say you're doing a paddle raise or a fund a need at the event, and you want people to send donations via text message. And at the event, you want those donations to be totaled and put on a screen so that your attendees can see how much money's coming in. And there's a very easy way to do this. In order to use the appeal display, you do have to have an item in your catalog that is a donation-based item. You don't actually have to receive donations to it, but you will need to have one in order to run the appeal display. In this case, I have a donation-based item just called donation. And the important part here is that we have an item type of donation. Once that's complete, you can go to your Event tab, Appeal Display, and then you can configure your appeal display and launch it on a big screen that's projected, or on a laptop that then gets projected to multiple screens, or so on. The first thing I need to do is to choose my appeal item. This is where we have to select the item that we just created. So I'm going to choose the donation item number 106. And that's really the reason we need to get past this first step. We're not actually going to receive donations to this number since we're just doing text to give, but it allows us to run the appeal display. So then we want to make any last minute tweaks. Do we want a theme like a thermometer? My typical recommendation is to forego the thermometer. It's usually better to just have a number and then let somebody who is doing the feedback, the MC, the auctioneer, the board member, let them push the crowd to get to a higher number. And then the background element, you can have a custom image or you can choose one of our background elements. Do we want to show the appeal goal? I usually say no for the same reason as the animation. If you have a goal in your mind, then you can allow the MC, the auctioneer, to push people to that, so that if you do get to it early, then you can set a higher goal in your mind and you can really push people to that number instead of showing that you reached the goal in the first few minutes. And then do we want to show donor names? In a text to give campaign, this should be set to no, because we're not showing names of people who give on a text to give. The reason is because the screens are usually only up for a short period of time, and it can take people a little bit of time to complete their donation, but it only takes a few seconds for us to receive the dollar amount that they wish to give. So we're going to actually take the dollar amount on good faith before they complete the donation. And then we definitely want to include text to give donations. If you really want to focus those donations based on a beginning date, so anything that's been collected today forward to show on the appeal display, for instance, if you've been running a text to give campaign for the last 3 months, and now you're going to do a separate campaign, then you can say, okay, just use the text to gives that come in today as our total number. So otherwise, if you leave this blank, it'll use every single text to give inside of that, inside of your managed donations paid to total that number. And then do we want to show sponsors? I'm going to say no. When you've selected those, you can press launch, and now you'll see that we are totaling up everything that comes into the donation item and everything that comes in from the text to give. So this happens in real time. If I were to text a donation to 56651 or give online via the custom donation link, that number would go up instantly as soon as I gave my dollar amount. This is a really great tool to use when you're looking for online donations, but you don't necessarily want to register your entire crowd with a bidder number. If somebody just wants to give, a text to give, you can tell them if you haven't registered to bid or you don't want to register to bid, then you can text the message MB demo to phone number 56651. And the MB demo would be different based on whichever event you're using. You'd want to make sure to take a look at whatever keyword you have in the home screen. In my case, my keyword is MB demo. Yours will be something different. And that's all there really is to it when it comes to using our online donations. It's important to know that this is available year-round. You don't have to use this in coordination with an event. You can do text to give campaigns. The great time to use them is for Giving Tuesday. Certainly, you can use them over the summer if you're having a golf outing and you want to do a text to give campaign, or if you're doing something unrelated to an event, you can run this all year long. It's included with your license, and we really want you to get the most out of your fundraising, so we make this available to you for free.